What's up, my floofs? I am back with another video, and today I thought I would cover the topic of VRChat Avatar Optimization. So, and my general take. Now, I really don't care about VRChat Optimization. I really basically wasn't into it. It's been going around social media a lot as of late. And, it's kind of hard to really understand that when you work on something and try to optimize it, things are going to break. As of recent, things have gotten to the point where now certain things, certain events won't allow you to be in these poor avatars instead of being okay, they would usually be on a poster. Usually they would say, we recommend an avatar better, but they wouldn't enforce it. It's just recently there's been a thing where now it's been more of an enforcement where they would give you an avatar, or you would have to go to another place to find one that's either poor or better. This makes it merely impossible for us people, or basically us creators, to find an avatar that is better. Because, me personally, I am not against optimization. I'm not against performance. I would love to have better, faster performance. It's just, I really haven't had a big problem with optimizing avatars, but after that, recently I just recently started optimizing this avatar as of late because I couldn't use it in a place where it would cause performance issues. That's why there's things like avatar culling, there's shields, there's perf limits, there's all these other things. But still, it's like people like to act childish whenever it comes to VRChat optimization and avatar optimization. I know VRChat, it's very unoptimized. It's really not the best. Everyone wants the best possible experience out there. But, having to go through dark avatar optimizer, which is on their GitHub. That link will be down in the description below. If you want to optimize your avatar. And then there is Polytool, which is pretty much a $20 thing on Gumroad that basically does somewhat of the exact same thing. Basically goes more in depth. I tried using Avatar Dark Optimizer, and sometimes it's very impossible for us to get it below a very poor. Sometimes people have told me you would have to go to extensive links to basically learn Blender and to decimate the whole avatar in its entirety. Now, another solution is that basically with my avatar, when I used the Dark Avatar Optimizer, everything was resolved except for the material slots and the texture memory, which is a major thing with some people. I guess. I don't know what people do. I don't know what the major... that's from what I heard. I don't know what the major thing is when it comes to optimization. That's at least from what I heard on a certain front. But I'm not against, like I said, optimization. I'm not against any of it. I'm just trying to basically say my take on it. I think it's kind of ridiculous that it would have to be this way. It's kind of like, we don't care. I really don't care. It really doesn't affect me that much. But I guess some people like to say you have a bad avatar and they like to hate you for it. I don't understand. When some of us when some of us actually try our best to optimize the hell out of it, and we can't even get it below a very poor. There's certain limits I understand to get it below a very poor, and poor may be enough, but to get it to a good or a medium would basically be like, oh, we're getting rid of all the audio link, we're getting rid of all the emissions, we're getting rid of all the lighting that your avatar has, because it's too much. It's still very poor. It's like you can't have clothing for your avatar because there's too many material slots, too many high textures. Basically, in order to, I believe, reduce the textures, it might help. Now, I don't want my avatar looking like a PlayStation 1, sort of just distraughted character of all things, but, I mean, whenever it comes to it, I watched videos before where some avatar creators would actually recommend you use crunch compression. Now, it's like you can't use crunch compression at all. Like, what happened to that? I don't understand. I've seen so many tutorial videos on how to better improve and optimize your textures, and they said to use crunch compression. Whenever I say crunch compression, it's basically the highest thing you can have for an avatar. The highest texture. And it sounds like it's the end of the world whenever I basically pronounce crunch compression. I'm not that much of a Unity person. I'm not that much of a Blender person because I don't know much of Blender at all. I touched Blender once, and it has a major steep learning curve to learn a lot of things from it. But my point being, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not against the whole avatar optimization thing. The only thing I'm against is when people try to force you to switch to something that is better. I'm not trying to throw shade at people. I'm just like, it feels like an underwhelming, under-demanding thing to think of, like, either way. So, you can hate me on this video. You could think I'm, like, judging people for having very poor avatars. I'm trying my best to make my avatar as optimized as possible. Some things broke, some things were damaged in the process, but I guess some people like to risk your... I guess from what I learned, people love performance more than your looks, and that's what they are willing to do because this is VRChat and it's unoptimized, and people simply can't optimize their avatars because they're too fucking poor. So, anyways, that's my take on it. I think it's absolutely childish that this has been going on for a while. It started off as a thing, people pushing it to its ultimate limit when VRChat introduced that perf limit, and now it's gotten to the point where now it's basically becoming an enforcement with every single world, like any event you go to. It's you can't avoid it, pretty much. Beyond this point, you cannot avoid anything else, anything that is very poor. They will open their menu and say, oh, very poor. So, not trying to throw people under the bus, try not to throw shade. Like I said, I'm not against optimization. I love performance too. I love to get the best frames. But when people try their best to make their avatar optimized as much as possible, just understand we're trying our best. I'm not hating anyone. I find it ridiculous. So, anyways, let me know what you all think of the whole entire situation with avatar optimization. This issue going around where they're forcing you to switch into a better avatar. I guess that's the new norm now. Comment down below, like I said, what you think on this issue, and I will catch you all in another video. Peace out.